Yeah. So the gust of wind is blowing, but it cannot stop me. Why? Because that is my curiosity, that is my passion. That whatever I want, I don't want somebody or something to create hate in my struggle, in my aspiration, in my passion. But again, how greatly we are excited about that, that also matter. So good evening, guys. Every day in the morning, in the evening, when I come for walk, it is one of the great chance when I got a chance to record video. Yeah, to recording video is give or recording video gives me great opportunity that I listen myself, and this is what I suggest all people. They are somewhere struggling, or they think that they cannot speak English, or they are somewhere just in the lackluster mode, but they're not practicing. What practice it demand? It demands a lot of practice. Our tongue, the way the muscle we have used up to the teenager or 20 or 30, it was a different way that we speak in our own mother tongue. But when it comes to English communication skill, so English communication skill is quite decent. It is not the similar that we speak in our language. For that to develop, to build, to give the habit of the muscle, it demands a lot of practice. And that people don't understand. They think like learning grammar, vocabulary, structure will help them out to gain what they want. See, now the gust of wind was blowing fast, but once I started speaking, even God listened to me, or it stopped. It might again blow, but not that the intensity that it was a minute ago. Well, so what I was talking about, the muscle we have been using since our childhood or teenager, it is different way that we had used. But now what I'm learning and what we are learning, it is quite decent. Why? When it comes to communication skill, it is quite decent that we had been in practice. But matter that how greatly we are excited about that, how greatly we are speaking this. If whatever knowledge we have, I'm talking about communication skill, and we are not using that, it means it will not stay. I mean, whenever opportunity comes at the time, we may stuck, or it will not click in our mind that we have to speak something, and this causes a great trouble for every learner. Why? Because we think when we are sitting somewhere alone, or we think something, we are able to make sentences. But once we go somewhere or some opportunity comes where we want to speak, or where the opportunity arrive to demonstrate our strength, at the time, why don't we speak? It becomes weird. We start thinking, no, 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 no. Let me go in my mother tongue. Otherwise, I'll make some mistake, and that mistake will create horrible situation for me. Yeah, that becomes one of the great challenge, one of the great hindrance in everybody's life. But believe me, it doesn't come easily. Suppose now I have been speaking, I'm developing myself. Yep, I know how to speak. But again, I know what is the right way to speak. I should speak everything, the articulation that what I speak, it should be clear. Whatever I'm speaking, either it is fast or slow, it doesn't matter. What matter is what I'm speaking, is it audible? It is well understood if somebody is listening, or people are grappling to understand what I'm speaking. And this is what I follow, I say, teach to the people. They are grappling, they are finding, they are facing this roller coaster while learning in their communication journey. But again, it matters how greatly we are excited about something. So this evening, like every day, I go late afternoon around 3 to bring my son to bed. I brought him at the time when I left the school. There was everything is fine, but a school is near to the main road. So from the a school, I can see main road. When I saw main road, it was bumper to bumper traffic. It was gridlocked. Why? Because there is a cut. At that cut, sometimes some like truck or heavy vehicle, they try to cross even at the business time. I mean the uh, rush hour, and that rush hour causes a lot of traffic. There is no main market here, but what happened? There are many schools. So at the time, like 2:30 or 3, a lot of buses that belongs to a school, they are crossing, and they cause a great traffic. And I noticed, oh my god, it is somewhere like somebody, they were turning, and it was causing bottleneck, completely gridlock the road. People are stranded. But what about me? I was with the bike. There was alternate way also, but it was quite long, and And if I had gone there, I would have been taken a long route, but I didn't prefer that because I know that it's not the long hour jam. Sometime it occurs, but immediately it goes off. And I was waiting. I hit the main road at that time. The buses, the truck, they were just on the front. But anyhow, I crawled on the main road, and gradually I started crawling. Gradually, after a few minutes, yeah, there were many inconvenient, many people. They were somewhere one bus and one truck. It was causing conflict, and that is what because of that traffic was building. But anyhow, within a few minutes, I got to know that the traffic is clear, and now it was great time. Uh, I headed myself forward, or I reached home. Then thereafter, my wife asked, "Hey, do you want to have something?" It means, "Do you want to eat something?" And that is my routine. Whenever I come from a school, after once I reach to home from a school, that is our time for the lunch. And once I have lunch, generally it goes around 4 or 4:30, something around about this. And then thereafter, I think, or my preference is not have dinner at night. Why? Because when we have dinner at night, early in the morning when I go for exercise, at the time it seems heavy, or even at the night after eating we don't have chance to go walk. If I want I can go, but it's not the right way to go. So for that, what I prefer not to go out and don't have dinner at night. So let's say I had lunch around 4, it's sufficient to adjust at the night. Or yes, in the morning when I don't eat, when I don't have dinner, it becomes easy for me. At the night it becomes light. I sleep well early in the morning. I wake up, do exercise, then ready for the morning walk, and then whatever I do, the next routine, it goes in that way. So when I came back, I went in the room, and there my wife asked me. I asked her. I noted my head. Well, go ahead. And she cooked and she served it. Even she wanted it. We both said. But when she asked my son denied. Every day when it comes, he denied. No, I don't have hunger. I don't have appetite. And my wife starts getting angry at him. Why don't you have appetite? What happens? Everybody has, but you don't have. What happens? What do you do at the school? Blah blah. A lot of things she starts preaching at him. But anyway, he denied. He didn't sit. But finally, I and my wife, we ate. We had that dinner, and then thereafter, I was doing something, sitting at a table. I was engrossed, but it was getting late. It was 5:30. Generally, after 5, I start preparing to come for walk, because then suddenly after 6, it start getting dark, or that is not good. In the dark, I don't wanna stay here. So I thought, let's go. Anyhow, I propel myself to leave the desk, or I left the room. When I was leaving, once I crossed the threshold, I noticed there is garbage in the kitchen. So immediately I went back, I took the garbage, and then I again left the room. I wore my sandal, descended, and put my earbud here, and I started listening some podcast. Why podcast? This is what I request everybody. Why podcast? Because once you start listening something, the rhythm the people speak, the way they speak, how they speak, how the tone they use. I'm talking about native people. If we are getting addicted of that, if we are syncing, tuning with that, it means we are learning the right way to pronounce. We are learning how to pronounce well. And that is the right way. That is the precise way that we must learn. Otherwise, what happens? Whatever we know in our local dialect, the same rhythm goes in English. But when it comes to English, it has little decent taste that we must follow, that we must adapt. Otherwise, it becomes weird. It seems that we are learning English, we are speaking, but the way we speak is not correct. That basically we want. But what about at the starting time? Every beginners, they grapple with that. They start learning. Once they learn, at least they come up to the fluency level. After that, we start facing this challenge, that how to speak well. A lot of people, they are speaking well. Their way of communication is great. But why I'm not at that level? What next I'm missing? And then these all pros and cons, misconceptions start lingering in our mind. or then we started finding something that may make us great, that what we want. But again, it happens with everybody. But majority of people, they live at the same pace. They just know they are managing, they are speaking well in English. But many people, they still want to grab, they still want to propel their communication skill at the next level. But the many people, they just want to stay at the same level. But it matters if you are excited, if you want to make your communication skill more compelling, then you want to propel to the next level. But many people, they don't want, they just want to manage. Whenever somebody is talking, they may reply, or they may talk with him, they may reply whatever comes in their mind. But majority of people, they are at the same pace. But a handful of people, they want to make it more intriguing, more persuasive, because they know there are many people, they speak well in English, but when it comes to him, what next he may learn to improve or to do sugar coating to their communication skill. And that becomes one of the challenge once we are fluent. But once we start learning this, once we start getting what we want next level, or that next level become one of the great way, one of the persuasive way of speaking that helps us to gain more confidence or to know how to speak well in front of anybody. So once you are at the pace that what I want, what I'm sharing about, it becomes like advance where you will start speaking with people, or you will start interfering or tuning or talking whatever you want at the time you are at the level where you understand well, or you are able to communicate with anybody. But the matter here is how greatly you are excited about this, how greatly you want to grab that level that you want. But remember, even though you are fluent, it takes a long time to gain what I'm talking about, to grab the position what I'm talking about. It takes a lot of time. But again, nothing is impossible, we all know. But how greatly we are engrossed, how greatly we want something, that matters in everybody's life. So anyhow, guys, the sun is about to set and it's time to go. And this was my today practice, today communication. The back side, front side, nobody's here, and this is my area where I sit, I practice, I listen, and then I go back to home. And every day it's my routine. Or if you are in the learning phase, try to follow such a routine where you get a chance to speak about anything. Doesn't matter. Remember what I spoke, even I was not aware what should I speak. But once I switch on my phone, turn on the camera, I started saying something, whatever was happening, what I did, what I will do, and what was happening today in the with me, mid the day, in the morning, but for an hour, whatever situation occurred, I went through, I tried my best to speak about that, and that is called communication skill. Once you start speaking whatever you know, whatever happened with me, with you, all routine, all idea that you had in your mind, and now you are able to reveal that. That is called the communication skill. And once you are at the pace, you love this, you will start enjoying, or this is called the level where we all want to enhance, learn it, grow it, and when one day we'll realize it was a great idea, it was a great logic that everybody wants, but only a handful of people, they are able to gain this. Thank you.